I like my freedom of religion. I like my guns. I like our military. I like my family. I like to live my life without the intrusion of the government. I don't need government to help me do anything.
The 2020 presidential election is coinciding with one of the most polarizing times in modern American history. I'm traveling with Vice across the country to learn about the extraordinary actions of ordinary people that could shape our collective future.
I'm outside of Trump National Doral, which is a Trump hotel in Miami, for the third annual American Priorities Festival, otherwise known as AmpFest. This is a 3-day conservative conference. Kind of feels a little bit like Comic-Con. There's events, there's speakers. The headliner this year is Roger Stone. And it's a chance for conservative influencers and Trump supporters to come together to talk about values, to talk about nationalism, and truly show their support for Trump.
Joe Collins is a Navy veteran riding the recent populist wave of anti-establishment sentiment by running for office as a pro-Trump Republican representative for the 47th District of Los Angeles. Do you align yourself with President Trump?
President Trump, he's a great man. He's doing a lot of great things. And, you know, just like with anyone you support, there are things that you like about a person that you support and there are things that you don't like. But, you know, at the end of the day, he is our president, and they taught us in the military that you support the president regardless of political party affiliation. So whether it's him or whether it's another president, I'm going to support him.
You said in 2004, when you joined the military, is when you sort of switched parties. Was it because of the military, or did something else change in your life or the way you saw the Democratic Party?
For me, it was the first black men to get involved in politics were Republican. And the Republican Party fought for freedom. They fought to end slavery. They fought for personal freedoms, personal rights, the freedom to build your own wealth. And those are really major things that sit well with my soul. And it's what I want to continue to fight for.
So do you have a personal stance on vaccines, especially when we're talking about COVID?
As far as myself, I'm not pro-vaccination.
You're not pro-vaccination?
I'm not.
So if there was a vaccine that, you know, the president himself said, you know, this is the one that all Americans should take, you would not just jump on board and take it?
No, I wouldn't. I feel like I have a very healthy immune system. I think before you start talking about vaccines, let's talk about the foods that we eat. Let's talk about how much we exercise. Let's talk about how much we meditate to get our mental state together. All of these plays a huge factor in our health. So I would rather promote a healthy lifestyle before I promote vaccines. But again, it's a choice that everybody has the ability to make for themselves.
Here at AmpFest, I think I've talked to like 3 people who are running for office and it's their first time. And in general, I feel like there's a lot of people who do not have a political background and kind of disagree with politics in general, but are still pursuing higher office. What do you make of that?
I think it's great. I love it when young people get involved, become leaders, step up to the plate. I think when you have politicians who've been in office, regardless of whatever political party preference they decide to be, at a certain point they get aged out. And so the ideas that they've had are no longer relevant anymore.
You know, after traveling the country, something I've observed is that both conservatives and liberals feel let down and misrepresented by traditional American institutions and political systems. And they're simply fed up with the government. They want to take action into their own hands because they believe that individuals can accomplish more than establishment politicians. And honestly, whether that's good for the future of the country or not, it's certainly setting the stage for one of the most contentious moments in American history.